Going live. Okay, going live again. And 3, 2, 1. All right. We're okay. We're live again. Let me spread the word. Hey.
Are you sure we're live again?
Yes, we're actually live. Let's see. Uh, you stream. Click here. Okay, so that's to my Discord server, and now let me just to the social media. It's only one L in live. There we go. All right. All right. I'll take. All right. So we're all should be good. I'm gonna keep an eye out on the stream just to see if it doesn't buffer again. Oh, because I felt things were going too good. I felt things were going too good. Then that had to happen. Oh man. If, what would be the appropriate song right now if I could do it? Yeah, the Grusis theme. You know that theme?
I don't know that one.
It's a Zelda song that goes. It's probably like the only it's probably the only thing that people remember from Skyward Sword. Huh. That's weird.
What happened?
So I'm on the studio and I have X. Oh, okay, there it is. It was updating. Okay, for a second there, I thought the stream wasn't getting any data, but no, looks like we have a stable connection. So that's good. All right, looking good. Rex, I see you in the chat. Is everything good on the audience's end? Let us know in the chat if you can hear me, and just in case, let me type it out in the chat itself. Okay, good. He says everything seems fine. All right, we'll be on high alert.
Huzzah.
We'll be on high alert. But for now, I think it's safe to say that we can continue the show. So I don't know. And there's Gemini. Welcome, Gemini. Welcome. Awesome. He can hear us. Is this or at least high? What? Nani? Nandayo? Nandayo. Welcome back, Ghetto. Welcome back, Rex. Welcome, Gemini. Hopefully, everything should be fine here. We want to restart a stream. Hopefully. But we'll go ahead. We'll do a proper restart. So, of course, I'm the genuinely beautiful and moronic Cac.
And I am the gentle fully Jack.
There you go. And Rex says, we'll be on high alert, or at least high. There you go. We'll be on high alert, but we're going to keep the show... Wait a minute. Oh, I see what he did there. No, I got it, Rex. I got it. I'm just hyper focused on just make sure everything is good. I get it. I understand your devil lettuce joke. The devil's lettuce. The cool green is cool green. No, cool green's not a slang. No, not cool greens. But in any case, welcome to episode 76 of the JAC Show Redux, Remix, Remastered. You could say this is the true version of the JAC Show. This is because, as you can see in the title, this isn't just the JAC Show. Oh no. This is Zack Snyder's the JAC Show. Oh, if I could, if there was some sort of coloring filter, I'd make everything look like just grayscale, high in saturation and low in the grayscale filter. But alas, OBS does not offer me such tools. Oh well. Not that we really would want anyways. But today, folks, we have it's actually gonna be quite a lot of movie focus today, cause at least what you can expect, as my stupid little silly jokes on the title and the thumbnail. It's hold on. Rex says, so it's the Zack Show. Oh, but yes, we're Jack and I will be of course over the weekend we did got a chance to see the Snyder cut of Justice League, which let's all give thanks to Ghetto for providing the MVP on that day. No, and in time of desperate need, he came in and he came in. That's the important part. Hello.
He came.
Yes, he came. Actually, he probably didn't from that movie. He probably didn't. Now, and so being it's a few days, and yes, at least I had some time. At least I had some time to think over it, and assume so Jack as well. We give a more honest thoughts. So I thought about thought about the movie as a whole, and as well, we will be also be talking about our expectations and high hopes for a movie that we're excited about, and not just curious, but actually excited about, with Godzilla vs. Kong. And we're going to be talking about that since that movie comes out in the US exactly a week from now. So do expect that in as we go along with the show, and of course I might show you some funny bits here and there as well. So just some silly stuff I found along the internet. And speaking of silly stuff, Ghetto says. First says Virgo says, so this is the new universe. No, it's not a new universe. We don't need alternate JAC Show universes.
We do need them.
No, we don't need alternate Hack or Jack. We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need Hack of Earth 3 or almost said Zack. Jack of Earth 9. We don't need any of that stuff. We're gonna be like DC Comics in the 80s and pretend none of the multiverse ever existed, which was a thing. Now, as far and now, I didn't want to share. Now, I didn't want to actually share this with you, Jack. So something intentionally cringy. Mm-hmm. But also actually comedic happened that's trending on Twitter. I'm gonna go ahead and send you the link to it through the sources so you can see it. And it involves two things. It involves a proposal, those nice sweet proposals, and Ben 10. Ben Tennyson.
All right.
So I'm sending you the tweet itself right now. Mm-hmm. So you should see it in the sources, and of course I'll play for the audience on the stream itself. It's very short, and all it is. Well, first let me go ahead and play it first. Let me go ahead and have the audience see for themselves. There we go. Full screen that. And let's lower the volume a little bit. So what we got here, nice young white, originally a TikTok, as you can see. And we have a man who, unfortunately, we didn't get to see the full thing, but at the tail end of it, a girl rejected him. As you can see here, gonna mute for copyright. As you can see here, this man comes in a full, I think, Alien Force Ben 10 jacket. and I think he does have a watch. Is it? I think it is the Omnitrix. It's the actual Omnitrix. So in his full getup, as cringe as it is, and so let's get his friends. That's okay, man. It's okay. Now, unfortunately, though, this story has a disappointing, because it turns out this wasn't real. It was literally some was someone who just wanted clout for the day, and so he made a prank of how he got rejected by a girl while dressing up as Ben 10. Apparently, he owns a Ben 10 themed channel. So here I am thinking when I saw this. Here I am thinking, oh man, it's what, kind of silly, but the man loves Ben 10, and he thought that his women did too. And it was gonna be, and of course, the lesson here is number one: don't propose in cosplay unless you're both of you are into that. All right, unless you're gonna dress as Mario and she's gonna dress as Peach. Don't propose cosplay, and actually, don't even propose in a mall. Because it's
still that was like that. It was heartbreaking though, that video.
Yeah, until learn it's fake. But the feeling I had the first time, I was like, oh man, he's just passionate. Maybe, and let's not mince words here. He's probably on the spectrum. But seeing as it was just for clout, I feel less bad now. But because that it was for real. If it was really for real, this probably go down much cringier or more wholesome. It's like it's either or. There's no in between. If this was actually a real thing, sadly it isn't. But when I was ignorant to the fact, it actually made my day. And of course, well, not made my day. It had brightened up a bit. Just seeing some pure silliness. The pure silliness, you're like, you know what, it's stupid, but you gotta love it for being stupid.
You're stupid.
Thank you. It may be stupid, sir, but I am not an idiot.
Yes, you are.
No. You're the idiot. I'm just stupid. If you understand etymology, you will understand why that is very funny. Let me read the chat real quick. Ghetto says, Earth 3 Ghetto Machine will be a sex-negative religious guy who would have named himself after a Quiet Riot song. Wait. How can you be a sex-negative religious guy but name yourself after a heavy metal band?
Because why not?
I guess so. It's like, you gotta pray to Jesus, practice abstinence, but I love rock and roll. Rex says, this is what happens when children don't have proper socialization or growing up. It's a PSA. Hide your power level. Do not mark out unless it's dark out. Jeez.
Hell yeah.
But true, though. True. Like, if this was in a convention, like, as if those things still happen, which, by the way, a little side note, Jack, do you know Evo?
Wait, what?
Evo. Evo. The big fighting game tournament.
You asked me the question whenever we did a whole party about it. Like, literally with one of our friends. We went to watch it on the...
Oh, wait. Well... Okay, I'll take that as a for sure yes. Any case, I was trying to set up stuff. God dang it. Any case, I remember I saw some news that Evil got bought out.
Ha!
And guess by who? Guess who bought Evil?
Zack Snyder?
No. Zack Snyder wants to buy things that make him money. No, it got bought up. It got bought up by Sony.
Makes sense.
So so no more Smash tournaments at Evo.
Good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But and I don't know what's the FGC's opinion on it, the fighting game community, for those who do not know. But no matter what, if it's Sony, I'm like, all right, say goodbye. All those people still want to be like, yeah, Evo, the FGC, let's stand together, especially after last year, in which not only did the tournament, the event got canceled due to the coof, but also a whole bunch of scandals was just really was just like floodgates opened up, but all a bunch of just nasty stuff happening. Which is appropriate that Sony would be the ones to buy it then.
Yep.
So, but that's just but that is just an aside. That's just an aside. Let me read the chat again. Yellow says, this isn't the nut job. Made several videos trying to explain why Ben could beat Goku and most of the DCU, is it? Ben 10 beating Goku and most people from the DC universe? Don't make me laugh. Don't make me laugh. If it is, I'm not. If it is that person, I'm unaware. All I know is that he has a TikTok. I will admit though, the Ben 10 jacket, if you did not know where it's from, very flashy, but you can make it work. You can make it work. You just got to stick with the green. Like green has to be your primary color, and you cannot fall away from that.
That's impossible. Green's not a primary color.
You know what I mean. Stupid. See, this is why you're the idiot. Ghetto says, do you believe that proposals in public are slightly manipulative? I've seen a few takes like that.
They can be. Because it's pressuring the person to say yes.
Yeah, I see that take. I never really considered it. I never really consider that, but I can understand that argument. Though then again, I would say, well, not then again, but I would also say that I've not really witnessed a lot of public proposals. And the most I've seen that are public, it's either within like a family event, or if it's like this big arrangement that the boyfriend has done, and they were already. And most of the time, the context is that were getting close. He was just waiting for the right time. But again, but then again, I haven't seen ones that have gone astray. So, it really just depends on how well the dude executed it. Keep in mind, I don't think you should. If you really love a girl, I don't think you should propose to her in the middle of a shopping mall. There's no romance in that. Where's the romance?
That is true.
Hey, girl, meet me in the food court. I got a big question for you. And she stood there. She stood there by the Chinese restaurant with the cheap meat. And I bent down one leg. And I asked her, do you want an egg roll? Nevertheless. Rex says, evil's full of unwashed and creepy people. Yes, yes, as last year has pointed out. And I think, and there was even one or two stories are even covered in regards to that. So that's definitely true. Gal says, I have less reason to watch Evil now. And Geraldine says, Sony can barely manage their movie and gaming divisions. I have zero faith they'll manage Evil. Yeah. Zero. Yeah. I even go as far to say that in 3 years, Evil is done. Evil was done, and pretty much, and honestly, it's like, is there really a need? Number one, with all streaming getting popular, it's not that hard to find people to make events for fighting games, at least locally. And number two, at least for the really big fighting games, all these companies have already done their own big international tournaments. The Capcom Cup, the Tekken World Tournament Series. I think there is one for Dragon Ball Fighters, I want to say. I'm iffy on that one. And Smash, those weirdos are gonna do their own thing, but that's whatever. So, and really, with the game companies, the game developers doing the things on their own, there's really is a need for Evo. When you think about it, it certainly was nice in which it's a good place for everyone to come together. But at the end of the day, as Ghetto says, he speaks it very poetically that the real FPG is the one with your homies. Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Or at least for that one video I think it was one. Oh, what if I can find it? Where I think it was someone saying remember when FGC commentary used to be like this? And all it pretty much was is just the most ghetto of ghetto people commentating over some like random Japanese fighting game. No context. They're just saying whatever brazen thing they want. No repercussions. Don't have to be professional. That's unless they're Smash players, they don't count. Which is true. Which is true. God dang it! I can. I love to smash.
Do you?
I mean, It'd be weird if I didn't. But also, I love to play Super Smash Brothers casually with items.
You haven't smashed.
A gentleman never shares. But I think it's about time, though, we get into the first big meaty topic, the first big one, and that would be the Snyder cut, Zack Snyder's version of Justice League, which I will have to give credit for the person who originally thought of this in the first place, with Ryan Zell. So I think give all credit to him for him trying to get the idea together, even though it didn't kind of work out as we expected. But luckily, with Ghetto Machine there, with his tactics, we were able to watch We were able to watch the movie in not the best conditions, but hey, we ain't paying for it, so we can't complain. So first off, I have to start with you, Jack, because as someone who has seen both versions of the film,
Mm-hmm.
and yes, and it's been a few days, and you had a few days since seeing that movie. Do you first off, do you think this version is superior to the theatrical version from 2017?
Yes, definitely.
All right. Now, do you actually like the movie and enjoy it that you want to watch it again, or
No.
there you go. All right. So for you then, what was the biggest thing? What's the biggest thing against the movie that makes you from even really liking it?
Um, Way too lengthy and just all around boring.
Boring. Which says it says something because context, because when Jack was watching this, he was doing his guard duties. So he's already doing a pretty mundane job, and the 4 hour movie couldn't entertain him while he's doing that. That should tell you something. That should tell you something. So now the length thing, I definitely agree, and I'm already seeing like some headlines where people are like, hey, Russo Brothers, do you want to make a 6 hour version of Avengers Endgame? It's like, no. I don't 4 hours is pushing, but 6 hours of one movie? No. I hate myself if I do that. If I see something like that. Heck, I don't even like to binge watch. I like to take a few episodes and take a break. Now, and as for the lengthwise, completely agree, because there's definitely scenes where there was no need for them to be there, whether in terms of the story or in terms of even establishing the characters. Like, one of the things that comes to mind, was one of the most pointless scenes of that movie.
The hot dog?
Yes, but I'll get to that one later. It had to be. Is there a reason to see Wonder Woman and Alfred make tea?
Wait, that happened?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Like, I think while Batman is trying to recruit other members of the Justice League, there is a scene where It was like a full scene of Alfred and Wonder Woman trying to make tea. And it was like, okay, what's the point of this? Is what is it? It doesn't even like try to set up anything or establish some sort of character moment or some sort of foreshadow. Nah, they make tea and they have a giggle about it.
I mean, hey, sometimes you feel like Wonder Woman. Like, there's some days where you lasso a terrorist that calls himself a terrorist and obliterate another one, and then you just want to have some tea.
Oh, and also that opening action scene with Wonder Woman. I was actually kind of getting into it, but the last thing she did in that was like it really threw me off. I'm like, okay, first off, do you really need to go that far to stop the guy? You could literally deflect all his bullets, and you're fast enough to just go to him before he even presses the trigger and just not even punch him, just like chopping on the nerves, and he's down. You didn't have to freaking blow up most of the wall to do that.
No, you have to disintegrate him.
And I mean, right there, she straight up kills him. I'm like, oh, so she just killed the terrorist, and I guess she's morally in the right. I guess not a very Wonder Woman thing to do, but that's just me being a dumb comic nerd. So what?
You just gotta obliterate your enemies.
I guess so. And I even said so after we watched it. The whole like her using the lasso of truth on the terrorist. Uh, Someone should have told Snyder that that's not like he got the he only halfway understood how the lasso worked. And for some reason the criminal still kind of acted like it didn't take full effect on him, since he was still being coy and not telling the absolute truth of his intentions. And it's like, no, if it's a direct question, you give a direct answer. That's what the lasso does. It impels you to tell you the full truth of your actions. Doesn't be like, oh, you know when the bomb goes off. It's like, no.
But you will know.
That's not like,
But
oh my gosh.
no.
You'll know, right? Maybe chat real quick. Says Virgo versus the Matriarchy, the Snyder Cut. I'll watch that movie. See, else says, I watch it. I need my recommended 4 hours of misogyny. It also says, I still wish you stopped giving Wonder Woman a sword. And she's not a Xena. Exactly. She has the lasso. That's all, and the powerful bracelets. It's all she needs, and also just her proper look. But I just me complain to the void. But going back to the movie, so you have a lot of scenes that fill up the runtime for no reason, and what Jack alluded to earlier, the hot dog, freaking the Flash, Barry Allen, an annoying Barry Allen, and I did not find him endearing throughout the entire movie. He, there could have done a better way. Instead of him, as he's trying to save this girl while kind of being a bit creepy while looking at her, just grabs a hot dog in mid car crash, so that he can pretend to be like, "Yo, I love puppies. Look, I'm feeding them right now."
but don't you like that? Don't you like the hot dog?
When I first saw that, I was like, wait, what? Like, I was like, I was tempted to ask, we're watching Justice League, right? Why is Barry Allen getting a hot dog? I was almost convinced we were watching some sort of really, really good parody. Until like everyone had that.
For me, I thought the hot dog. I thought he was gonna like slowly grab it and then like shove it into her mouth.
Me too. I thought like, Barry, what are you gonna do with that hot dog? Barry, what are you gonna do with that hot dog? Luckily, did anything weird. Luckily,
what I should have done a long time ago.
Barry's goals are beyond your understanding. Ghetto says they gave the Flash autism, which, you know what? as jokey as that sounds, if that's what they want to go with, it could have been worse, but it could have been better. Get also says, now I think about it, how did he get his powers? That is also, you know what? That's also funny because we in the movie, which something that the theatrical version didn't really do as well. For a movie called the Justice League, you know, it really should really be recalled.
What?
Cyborg and the Justice League. I feel like half the movie is just centered around Cyborg, because he's the only one that we get like a full real character arc. With Flash, he's just goofy all around. There's nothing maybe him at the end running behind faster than the speed of light, which I admit was a pretty cool visual, but you didn't like he really changed, did he? Like, to me, kind of felt like the same character from the beginning of the movie to the end. I guess he's just more confident.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that. But even then, there's no establishing how the Flash get his powers. You know, what makes him unique as a hero. Which is something that you can't take for granted. You know, just because you have superpowers doesn't mean you're a hero. There has to be some heroic qualities about you. Which unfortunately, they didn't really establish well with the Flash. Aside from some like, hey, look, he stopped a few robberies. Okay, what else did he do? What's his personality? If he's like all this goofy and kind of antisocial, where does his heroic traits come from?
Mm-hmm.
And as far as him with trying to rescue his dad, okay, I can see that. You know, he's dedicating his life to help prove the innocence of his father. But that's more. But unless you knew the character, you're taking that info for granted. Like, Jack, if you didn't see the Flash TV show, would you have known the importance of Barry's father to begin with?
Not really, to be honest.
Yeah, and this movie did not present that well. So you'd be like, okay, he has a dad in prison, and it's just a detail in the story. It's not like by the end of the movie he's out of prison. So, it's just, eesh. I'll read the chat real quick. Spaxer says, lol, wacky autism. Good lord. Ghetto. He did work in a crime lab with chemicals before the end. That's true. That is true. So in this version of Barry, he somehow got access to the Speed Force prior to working in a crime lab. So how the heck did he get his powers? I would like to know his origin story, because unlike Spider-Man or Batman, you know, the Flash's origin story is not as well known.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Ghetto says Cyborg was the heart and genitals of the movie. You know, you get the heart I get. Jack, do you know why he says genitals?
Is there an actual significant meaning? Because I didn't.
Well, in an interview, it was, I forget who was confirmed. I don't know. I think it was the actor. I think it was either him or Snyder confirmed that Cyborg still has his original genitals.
I mean, hey, why not?
he got lucky in that explosion, I guess. Even though they didn't like only his torso survive, so how does he still have it?
I don't know. Prosthetic penis.
But then
Donation?
Donate all your genitals for science, of course. Virgil says, I'm happy we got Martian Manhunter to play the lead woman. Oh my god. Ghetto, why did you give him that info? Saxo, no, he's the gallbladder of the movie. Ghetto, ironically, their Martian Manhunter looks boring compared to CW version. And also, hello, Mark in 3D. Good evening, everyone. Hello, Mark. We're talking about the Snyder cut, so... Well, we probably should have said this at the beginning, but, spoilers? Alright. But, whatever. It's technically an old movie, so...
Well, the ending is completely different, though.
That is true. And that it was all a dream.
Yep.
But I would say though, with the period, how hard it is just to have a green guy? Like seriously, how hard it is to have a green Martian who's a shapeshifter?
I want my gringo.
He said gringo, not gringo. Remember that gringo. Actually, well,
That's
hold.
that was a joke that in my old church they used to say. He's like, do you know uh why Mexicans call people gringos? Because at the border, whenever you saw the soldiers coming out, Mexicans would all go, green, go, green,
Oh
go.
my god.
That was our pastor.
Oh god. Well, there's a reason why he's a pastor, not a comedian. But actually, technically, there are in the DC universe there are such thing as Gringo Martians. White Martians are an actual thing. So, but in any case, yeah, with the last appearance of Martian Manhunter, it didn't really like. Okay, like you established he exists. I will like for actually could have been something unique, something not only would be been better and not a waste of a character and made more sense for both people who read comics and who don't. You know who should have been the one to gather all the people to form the Justice League in the first place?
What? Who?
Martian Manhunter.
Yeah.
You know, instead of just resorting to a cameo and have Cyborg do essentially the entire thing of explaining everything that's happened in this movie and kind of moving the plot along. You should have Martian Manhunter do it because he's aware of like the world outside Earth, so he understands what's going on, and as well, you have someone who you can use with an action scenes who canonically speaking is as strong as Superman.
Mm.
So they literally had a character there that could have filled Cyborg's role and done it a better and made much more sense, but he was resorted to a cameo by the end of the movie. And as well, canonically speaking, for the comics, Martian Manhunter is one of the original members of the Justice League, and and for many years he led the team. So it makes sense that he will be the one to form the team in the movie, since he's the actual heart of the team, not frickin' Cyborg. God. Mark says, I remember when Batman vs. Superman came out, me and my girlfriend changed our minds at the cinema and instead watched Kung Fu Panda 3. It was kind of bad, but I have no regrets. Kung Fu Panda 3 is it's not the best. Although I still recall, like, someone gushing over how great Kung Fu Panda 2 was. Like, it was like the most amazing piece of animation he's ever seen in his life.
I mean, it was.
It was a good movie. I was
No,
like,
no, it was the greatest.
I thought the greatest was Shrek 2.
No.
It's Kung Fu Panda 2.
Yeah, the Kung Fu Panda too.
Oh crap. Are we gonna enter a new era of Poe is love, Poe is life?
Oh god.
Gallo says, I just remembered they recycled the Flash's running scene that saved everyone to instead just be a random scene of him running in the theatrical version. It looks bad. Speaking of bad, okay. I don't remember even know this. In the beginning of the movie, it was very brief, but you recall a scene of Lex Luthor beat in some body of water?
No. Oh wait. What do you mean?
Like in the very beginning of the movie where we're showing like the death of Superman, you see Lex Luthor next to a mother box and he's in a body of water, but his clothes it looks so bad because it's in this very terrible CGI water with his like clothes that don't even like and very like nice groomed hair. So I was like, what the heck? Like how did they get past the editing floor?
Magic.
Like, is the water is the water intentionally supposed to look that crap? It doesn't look like it doesn't even look like making the actor wet. Oh my gosh. Cycle says, white Martians, oh god, even back then they play out the white privilege thing. Good lord. Ghetto says, Despite being the heart of the movie, Cyborg was a walking plot device. Oh yeah, because since essentially Cyborg is made out of the mother box, he then gained all the knowledge that he needed to do, and he knew, and he's because of that, he was essentially leading the team when you think about it, and Batman kind of chimed in here and there, and everyone else was like, "Okay, we'll just do what you say." There was no moment like really think about it, there was really no moment for any character to shine as like what is the role in the team, aside from Cyborg, who pretty much just stole the whole show, and Batman because well it's Batman. You can't have Batman be like let's not have him completely not useless, and as well and as well what what was the point of Aquaman? Like why was he there?
Yeah, he had a better role in the other movie. I'm not gonna lie on that one.
Like I was like he had like the least amount of impact to the entire story. He's and as far as like some sort of arc, it's supposed to lead up to his own solo movie where he finally accepts his Atlantean heritage. But even
Hmm.
so I knew that he wasn't going to go ahead and be that. But for a guy who's supposed to look like this rough and tough guy, he didn't really contribute much. He did a few fights. The one big scene he gets, he loses.
Hmm.
And and as far as the kind of chemistry of the team, like he doesn't really actually talk to anyone. He just kind of make a few comments to Flash here and there, but it's like we never got to see, honestly, for anyone, we never got to see the team actually really interact with each other. Everything they do either is just to exposit information the viewer needs to know, or
Hmm.
or do something that's related to the moment at hand. There's never a moment where the characters you get to feel some sort of chemistry between characters where they're like, oh, I can see they're the one's friends, or here are the two characters kind of how to check each other's egos because they're kind of see each other's rivals. There was no some sort of team bonding. It's like it feels like well we're all superheroes, so let's just kind of come together, I guess.
I mean, that was generally the whole feel of the movie itself, in both of them.
Yeah, and it's and always a comparison to this would be Avengers. Regardless how one might feel about the first Avengers movie,
Hmm.
they at least took the time to have the team members um have some conflict within the team and see them overcome it, so that by the end of the movie you can see them gel as a team. With not bad Superman Justice League, there wasn't actually no conflict between the team members. Everyone just kind of just got on board. So it's like, which is fine, but you gotta at least have something within the dialogue shows like that. That make it seem like a bit more human.
Hmm.
I mean, just hold on. Let me
I'm
read
holding.
let me just read the chat real quick. Gala says Aquaman was pretty much a jobber. He was the team's Wolverine. You know what it is? You know what it is? I forget what it is, but it related to Star Trek. But pretty much, he's the tough guy that's supposed to lose, so you know how strong the villain is. That's all. That was his basic role of the movie.
True.
Like, and which is always fun and funny. If you ever see like any type of TV show or story with like a team with like a team, uh, with a team, and you have the big brute guy. You ever notice how he always loses just because it shows how strong the villain is, even though he's supposed to be
Yeah.
the strongest one there in the team? Oh my gosh. Gail says, I'll admit the ending does lead better into the Aquaman movie, and also Gail says, I'll give Whedon credit. He had exactly what you want, Hank. Throughout the hack, throughout the tragical version, Batman feels horror about getting Soups killed, and there's scenes of him casually drinking because he feels bad. Yeah, like which well, again gives some humanity to Batman. I guess we're supposed to. I guess instead of having scenes like that, we're supposed to get how the characters feel by all those when the movie turns to slow moving music videos for a second, or when the camera focuses on the character's face, and we really see, Jack, were you convinced of the emotions when the camera stood on their faces for a little bit? Did you feel it? That's how you make a good character. They look in the camera really, really emotional. I'm doing it right now. I'm staring at you emotionally.
Speak softly into my ears again.
Can you hear me, Keller? Okay. Speaking of
that was another thing.
Speaking of Kal-El, Superman. Um, I love how they were so loosey goosey in how like exactly his resurrection will go about. Because oh no, he doesn't have his memories. Somehow Wonder Woman figured that out. It's not like she just kind of like all she had to do was maybe lasso him, and she would ask him like, "Clark, what's wrong with you?" And he like could say, "It's like I don't know, I can't remember who I am," or it's just something like that. And I'm like, "Oh, okay," but no, she's just already like, Clark doesn't know who he is. How'd you come to that conclusion? And also, I could be something wrong here, but why? If Superman has no memories, does he have any reason to like even confront the Justice League? Because they weren't even trying to hurt him. It was, or was it the Flash?
What do you mean?
Like I'm trying to remember what started what started the whole Superman. I guess defending himself against the League. Like, did he do it himself, or did someone else try to do it? Was it Flash like trying to make a hit on him, trying to like get a hit him, and then that's when Superman went all Terminator against the Justice League?
No, it was Cyborg.
Oh, that's right. He couldn't control. He somehow. It's funny. That's the only time where you see him not be able to control his own powers. Isn't that funny? Throughout the entire movie, his whole thing is like, so much of your new body that you gotta learn, you gotta understand. And the only time you see Cyborg not know what to do with his new body, new powers, was in just that one moment where he accidentally hits Superman and Superman goes all rage mode.
Yeah.
That one time, everything else time, he knew exactly how to use the Mother Box technology.
That was interesting to me too. Like, how does he know how to use all this without? Like, I guess they went with the whole, oh well, I'm connected to it, so I automatically know. But still, it's kind of like,
if anything, Cyborg didn't really like as much. He was supposed to see how much he was suffering. He didn't seem like he suffered much if he was able to get a grasp of his new body within like less than a day.
yeah.
Just like the heck. Maybe the chat real quick. Virgo says Ben Affleck was also in the movie. Yes, because Ben Affleck was also in the movie. Ghetto. Also, they show Cyborg lying up and reconciling with his father, who lives to the end. Oh, that's right. In the theatrical version, Cyborg Dad lives. In the Zack Snyder's version, he dies. Which and all I could think about upon his death, I wasn't emotionally invested. So all I could think about is, oh wow, I guess this actor who I recognize as like he was also a scientist in Terminator 2, and he also did a self-sacrifice in order for the heroes to succeed. So I was like, you're just kind of playing the same character you did like 30 years ago. Oh well. Ghetto says, Kal-El, no. Who called him Kal-El? Was it Wonder Woman call him Kal-El?
Yeah.
Why could she, does she? I haven't seen BVS, but did she know him as Kal-El? Shouldn't she say like Clark or even Superman?
I have no idea how she knows, to be honest.
Just like how she knew he didn't have his memories. Saga says, "Confound you, Superman! You drive me to drink." What? Oh, they refers to Batman. Ghetto says again, How does she know his name? Yeah, how does she know his name is Kal-El? Unless it was like it. No, it wasn't even like in a Daily Planet like report because he didn't even do that. At least the first Superman movie, the way Superman at least had a like proper interview with Lois Lane. That's how people are to figure out who his real name is and his weaknesses and so forth. Ghetto says let's see. I guess Wonder Woman and Superman they used her for a total of 5 minutes in Batman vs Superman, then Superman died. Oh man. Ghetto says also hate they made the mother boxes all sparks. Oh, that's right. So here's the thing. Jack. The mother boxes in the comics, I mean, they're literally are just like very, very highly intelligent computers that can also be used as boom boxes, but they're not like this all powerful thing that if you bring them together, you can destroy the world. No, they're just fancy computers from like from the New Gods. That's pretty much it. Darkseid has one. The High Father has one. It's not that big a deal.
Even that baby has one over there.
Well, if that baby's name Orion or Scott Free, then yes, you are correct. Granny Goodness has one, which I did see her. I did see Granny Goodness at the end of that movie. Oh man. Almost Superman. But for Superman, he was always in the movie for the shortest amount of time because the first half was about resurrecting him, and even when they came back, they arbitrarily erased his memories, so he had to be reminded of who he was, which all in all could have been done well if not for the fact that that foundation of how they made this version of the character to begin with so broken and mishandled throughout just 2 movies that there's no real emotional connection to him being like, yeah, Clark accepting that he is Superman. Especially since, when you consider the fact, this version of Superman has only been in 3 movies and he died in the second one.
Yeah.
So I was like, where's the emotional connection? There was no time to really get to know him. Because for Man of Steel, kind of just seeing kind of being moping around and being like, and just being very solemn and gloomy. Second one, much of a character to begin with. And the third one, he died and he's dead and he came back to life. And he got a new suit, the black suit. Get it? Because, from the comics, right? You right? Which is like,
yep.
Yeah, sure, yeah, from the comics, whatever. Has no meaning here. Has no
Not that attitude.
and he ends up. I'm surprised he just didn't one. I'm surprised he just didn't cite him. He just did it One Punch Man. What's the villain's name again? Steppenwolf. Yeah, Helen. I'm surprised Superman didn't just One Punch Man Helen Keller. Steppenwolf. I mean Steppenwolf. Steppenwolf.
Oops, I forgot to do something and I messed up there.
Ghetto says there really wasn't much of a difference in the Superman stuff in the theatrical cut outside of the costume. He did get more lines and quips though in the theatrical version because Joss Whedon. But other than listen, I could probably go a lot more in depth, but honestly, but this ain't EFAP, so I'm not gonna go and do that. The main point is that there's a lot of unnecessary scenes. The movie is so focusing on just trying to move the plot along and tell its story that there's no really time to really get to know the characters because it's always about exposition, and then maybe a small character moment, but more exposition, action. And I will say though, for a 4-hour movie, that they didn't really try to hammer on the action, which I appreciate. There wasn't trying to be like action all the time, and they knew when to kind of give that in. So pacing aside, the movie is paced well, but because the writing of the story is so honestly underwritten and not well established, that it's hard to really get invested to characters that you barely meet, to characters who weren't really that fleshed out to begin with, and into an antagonist who was pretty much ruined by he was ruined in this movie because we get glimpses of literally a more cooler antagonist. Who cares about Steppenwolf? Look, there's Darkseid. You know, they kind of shot themselves in the foot by showing a Darkseid, because then as the audience are like, oh, who's this guy? I want to see more of him. I don't care about his little zealot, this zealot guy, this zealot conqueror, whoever he is. You know, it's like they kind of ruins the threat of the villain, and if you already established there's already a more powerful threat that leads to a more interesting story. So that's just stupido. And by the end, not only are you kind of feel like kind of tired out after going through a 4-hour experience, but until you start really thinking about it, you just kind of left with a void in your head. Like, yep, I saw a 4-hour movie. Yep,
that happened.
That happened. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Zack Snyder's Justice League. It happened. And it's happened so much that you would think with a bunch of comic book... You would think by the end, with a bunch of comic book nerds in one chat room, that we will be wanting to discuss the movie. And we clearly did not want to discuss the movie so much. We just devolve into stupid conversations about anything else. But that should tell you something. That should tell even the movie's intended audience, us. Let's be real here, us. By the end of it, we're like, yeah, okay. Well, let's watch some 90s music videos.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I was like seeing after. Just a bunch of random videos.
So I should tell you something. But, oh man, what a disappointment. Let me read the chat real quick. Ghetto's, let's see. Ghetto says, he's also pretty much Solo's Darkseid's uncle. Yep, Batman. Yeah, I'm not Batman. Superman. He does do that. And after the credit scene hasn't erased the Flash. Oh, there was an after credit scene. And he erases the Flash. Was it cool?
There was an after credits.
Well, it was a superhero movie. We should have expected, but I'm not gonna.
There was credits.
Yeah, admittedly, Ghetto did stop the stream when the movie properly ended.
It was a movie.
No, it was an experience.
Stimulate your senses.
No. Hold on. You won't be able to feel the difference, but the audience will. Give me a second. You will feel the experience. All right. They should be able to. Hopefully their ears are okay after I did that. Like I said, you won't be able to notice what I did, Jack, but don't worry about it. Virgo says, Superman, I thought that was Jesus. That's like, usually has like 3 movies where you gotta put in the Jesus imagery. There's the first one with Clark's in the church. The second one where the symbolism. You got the symbolism, right? Superman was stabbing the spear right on his rib. You get it? You get it, Jack? You get it?
Yes, I get it.
You get it? No, but do you get it though? It's deep.
I think I do.
It's powerful. Powerful. Yeah. Think about it.
I think I get it.
And then the third one, he's just, up in space, looking at the sun, which I guess is cool imagery. I guess. Ghetto says, let's see. Hold on, no. Virgo says Darkseid is cooler and sexier. Cooler, yes. Sexier. I mean, like, if that's what if hardened gray warlords are your thing, I can't judge you. Don't be surprised I'm not gonna join your cult.
I can judge you.
Ghetto says we're not the intended audience. We don't kiss Snyder's ass enough for that. Oh, that is true. That is true. Oh, so the after credit scene was in the theatrical cut. Oh, okay.
I don't remember that. Oh wait, there. Yeah.
Okay, but it wasn't. Oh, but it wasn't in the Snack Snyder version. Oh, okay. Yeah, because superheroes having fun together, lame. It's so lame.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Yeah, we don't need that. And Johnny Cage says, "Sexy Darkseid will unite the world." Well, I'm glad you feel the same way. All of you can bask in the glory of that. Actually, you know what? I know the perfect image. I know the perfect image. Since we got a bunch of people who have dark side fetishes, I got the perfect image for them. Hold on.
Oh no.
Yes. Yes, it is best dark. It is best dark side. Here we go. Best dark side. Oh, and those of you who know what it is, oh man, you'll love it. You'll love it. Image. Okay, and let's see, and no, here it is. Yeah, there it is on the stream. Look at that. This is for you. This is for you guys. Look at that. Look at it. It's for you guys. Enjoy it while it lasts. uh, wait, guess is it the Momsy picture? No, no, no. About as close. It's about as close we're gonna get. It's about as close we're gonna get for Darkseid doing any type of suggestive pose. Rex,
I don't know about that.
yes, it's even better. Rex says the only Darkseid humor I know of is the end of the ad for a skin smoothing lotion. Okay, that's a little. Okay, I bet that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. But yeah, soak it in, folks. Just soak it all in. Soak it in. It will be gone in about a minute. So, I'm sure you guys are. I'm sure you guys are quick on the job. Johnny Cage, that's exactly what I came here for. Well, Johnny Cage, I'm glad I have met your expectations. Close this window.
Was there any favorite, like any moments that you liked in the show, in the movie, in that show?
Like I said, I like this. I like when Flash ran faster than the speed of light. I thought that was honestly a really cool visual.
Mm-hmm.
I will admit, I will admit there was a little fanboy screaming inside of me when I see Superman actually, you know, kicking ass and taking names. Like, oh look, he's not trying to hold himself back. You see how powerful he really is, and that's where the Steppenwolf fight wasn't that really big within the Justice League fight. What else? What else? Honestly, that's really it. Things I like actually generally enjoyed. I honestly got tired of like freaking Wonder Woman's an OP move every time. Every time she's in the fight, you just have to expect her is to bang her bracelets together. So,
hey, that's a move you can do.
Like she was a fighting game character. That's like the use is the press to win move. Just
it's like having
bang bang bang.
It's like that. It's just like that thing in Marvel vs. Capcom where you just have Magneto just constantly push someone away.
Oh my gosh!
But like, I mean, compared to the theatrical movie, it's like Wonder Woman's the. I mean, I don't actually, to be honest, I don't remember much about the ending either way because by that time I was just half listening.
I like the costume for Deathstroke.
That one was that was a really nice costume. I loved it
very much. Although I think, but Arrow ruined me because I was expecting an Australian accent. I was like, wait, no, he's not Australian. Dang it, screw it, dang it, Arrow.
You're just waiting for the arrow to come out from the background. You're like, Slave, you have failed this city.
Batman's like, I was trying to make a team. Where were you?
I was making more boxing glove arrows.
You should. We need more boxing glove arrows. Ghetto says, I like when Batman told Joker point blank, make a mistake, I will have him kill you.
And just Joker was contemplating, is he serious or I don't know, I can't tell.
Yeah, that whole dream sequence I was like, well, I mean, I can't really get excited for it if that little plot thread is never ever going to be concluded. Because obviously those scenes are made to like, ooh, well, things to come, the big finale. But with the way how the DC movies have progressed thus far, those are just nothing. It leads to nothing. They talk about nothing, and no, to all those big Snyder fans, no, that's not like the best version of Joker. Just like 5 minutes of him talking in poetic whatever ways he was talking with does not make a good Joker. Ghetto says, I guess Deathstroke ceased to not have terrible costumes across live action media, not counting Smallville. Hold up. Excuse me. Hold up.
You're excused.
Oh, man.
Okay, now you're not excused. That was nasty.
That tostada's coming in hot.
The one thing I did not like from the theatrical was that Superman was pretty much it's like the equivalent of press this button to automatically win.
Oh, was the beatdown that much like more apparent in the theatrical version?
Yeah, like literally everyone was more or less losing, and then out of nowhere, now once when in the theatrical Superman, once when he stopped going through his emo phase, when he resurrected, he finally went to fight the big fight, and pretty much just goes straight to Steppenwolf and just beats the crap out of him, scares him half to death, and the parademons, they smelled Steppenwolf's fear. Like, they smelled his fear, so they went after him and ate him. That's it.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
That's what?
Yeah. I mean, that's literally, like, literally whenever Superman came in, I'm like, oh, well, that's no fun. I mean, if he stopped crying for a bit, he could have just ended this whole debacle himself.
Well, I guess we got the better version with Wonder Woman just killing Steppenwolf right then and there in front of Darkseid, I guess. Which again,
It's a lot better because
it
shows like all of them having a contribution to it.
Actually, should have done the killing blow instead of Wonder Woman.
Aquaman?
Yeah, you know why?
Because he died by him?
Oh, he gives him something to do.
That too. I mean, hey. He speared him. He used his trident on him.
Actually, like at very least, guess Aquaman do something, show that he's no pushover, even though he's literally been pushed over the entire movie. Oh man. Let's see. Gal says, I brought this up, but Ray Fisher was pushing accountability over entertainment, which I agree with, but that ending scene had it with 3 of the most controversial actors in the movie. Yeah, that's true. Well, actually, I know Amber Heard. Who's the other 2? Was it let's see, Amber Heard, Jared Leto, and who's the other controversial actor? Unless you're counting Ray Fisher himself. Johnny Cage says, smell the fear? That's hot. I guess so. Ghetto says, Wonder Woman hates next, even in live action. Wow, look at that. For the DC movie, that's 2 villains that got killed in the neck. You got Zod with Superman, and now Steppenwolf with Wonder Woman. You get, there's some theme here, you know, the fragility of the neck. How with one piece of force. It could kill you instantly. Don't you see the poetry in it? The poetry.
No.
You're just a hater. Johnny Cage. Oh, didn't Ezra Miller choke a woman on camera? That's right. That's right, Ezra Miller. Yeah, so Amber Heard, Ezra Miller, and Jared Leto. Yeah. Yeah, Ray, you're in good company with these two high people of society. And Rex, yeah, you're right. Amber Heard, Mira, laid a turd in poor Johnny's bed, hurled a glass, and hurled a glass. That crazy lass at poor Johnny's head. Yeah, yeah. I honestly hope so. Not because I'll watch the movie because I wouldn't watch it regardless, but just for the sake of like ethics, that does not. You know, no, like at the very least, don't have her act anymore. I'm sure she's wealthy enough to get by on her own, but don't give her more work. Says, but remember, accountability over entertainment. That's true. Accountability, yeah. Accountability for Amber or for Ezra. Jared, I mean, it was just kind of being a creep, but I guess he got accountable for it. I suppose. Virgo says Amber Heard abused the pirate. God dang it. God dang it, Virgo. God dang it. But I think Jack and I said all we can about the Snyder Cut. And for those who haven't seen it, well, at this point, I mean, if you want to see it for yourself, go ahead. Maybe we're too biased. Maybe we're too negative, Jack. Maybe we're just too negative. We're not seeing what they're seeing. But nevertheless, our opinion stands. It happened.
It was a movie.
It was a movie. Ghetto says Jared Leto is pulling R. Kelly stunt. Dude even got a cult. God dang it. He's just not pissing on people. Well, yeah. Yeah, if you don't piss on people, but you could totally start a cult. Which by the way, just to share something. Jack, a very close friend of me, a mutual of ours, she sent me a message like randomly yesterday, talking about she wants to start a cult and do it as a social experiment, and I'm like, what?
Okay, why? Like, why the social experiment? What's the purpose of it?
The way she explained, because then she kind of went to this to this other non-related thing where she wanted to do an experiment of how people from different backgrounds can survive in a can survive without any immediate resources. So to kind of work together in order to create a society. And somehow that leads to her making a cult, and she wants to do somewhat of a controlled experiment like that. And all I can think is, like, just I couldn't say much. I'm like, what?
That's a pretty dumb idea. Like, it's really dumb.
If I gotta be honest, luckily she can't do anything like that. But also, I think she might be getting a bit too much into the science of things. Where like, all right, look, ethics and morals exist for a reason, and do not give me that argument that they don't exist. If you do that for me, our friendship is done. But
did she ever do that?
Not previously, so I don't know what the heck she's consuming nowadays.
I don't know.
Like I said, I don't know. I thought she was kind of starting off in the right foot because she was sort of like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense." But now she's talking about making cults just as a social experiment. Because apparently she will be the cult leader, and by the end she'll be go, "Haha, JK guys."
Haha, JK, there is no tentacle demon.
I'm like, what? What? So, so all I can say now, I'm definitely not on the urge to, communicate with her. At least not at this moment. Maybe, maybe,
What?
maybe
You don't want to
later.
be in the cult?
No, no. However, however, Ghetto's code might seem interesting. He says, I joined, but I want my own code with blackjack and hookers. In fact, forget the code. Just give me blackjack and hookers. Gosh, that underline is gold. That is gold, man. Gold. That's gold.
Can I be blackjack?
Yes, you can be blackjack. You can be blackjack, but you have to commit to the bit. You gotta be blackjack. You catch my drift? Yeah, he catch my drift. Johnny K says she crazy, bro. I will say it was out of nowhere, and I do know she likes to talk a lot of big ideas. So that was probably just one of her own big ideas. Hopefully, it doesn't lead to anything serious, or I'll be like, okay, now I gotta intervene. That's something you're not listening to good stuff. Ghetto says Jack's gonna walk around in blackface. I mean, what else could have meant by Black Jack? What else could have meant by that? Obviously nothing else. Obviously nothing else. And also, let's see. I think before we go on to the to our next big discussion, what was it? For oh, that's right. Actually, I want to share something now. Now, it actually is a TikTok. I haven't to find on Twitter, but I just want to know. I think you might have already seen this. I'm gonna share this with you, Jack.
Let's
There's
see.
a high probability you probably see this, and in fact, I would say I would be surprised if you haven't seen this.
Hit me with it. Hit me. Just hit me.
Hit me.
Hit me.
All right, send it to the sources. Do you see it?
Wait. Oh, I think you shared it before?
I did, but I don't know if you ever seen it.
No, I didn't.
Okay, well,
But yeah, it made me laugh whenever you showed it.
well, I'm gonna show it on stream. But first, we read this. Grego says, "I joined the church, your brother ghetto, not brother ghetto, brother ghetto, brother,
Bruda.
brother." Johnny Cage, the cult of sexy dark side. I mean, thick. I mean, yeah. All it is you'll just be a slave of Apocalypse, except Darkseid will wear heels, high heels. Grego says, "I want a cool rank code name." Gail says, "Thank you, Verto. You get to be a high priest, Lord Verkai Hakai Taite, Hakai Taite." Nerds, bunch of nerds in the chat. All right, let me go ahead and show. A few of you might have already seen this, but I'm going to show it here because I just love how goofy it is. And I'm going to turn it down just a little bit because it's actually a pretty loud video. So, and this combines two things, one I enjoy and one I really enjoy. King of the Hill and Super Smash Brothers. Here it is, folks. Take a gander. Oops.
I don't know what the heck's going on here, but someone needs to get their asses kicked.
Loser! You're a loser! Are you feeling sorry for yourself? Well, you should be, because you are dirt! You make me sick, you big baby!
Are you okay? Why are you always asking me that? What's wrong with you? How does that sound for a change? Now you listen to me, you crazy old cracker. I'm gonna kick your ass.
Alright, that's the end of it.
I still like the fact that the controllers in that in I guess their universe, the controllers they have to power up. Like, I don't know what the point is for that controller just powering up.
It's so the non-gamer audience can understand that the controller is on.
You know, or you're just waiting for it to go to turbo mode.
Which, to be fair, is a real thing. In
You want to go to race mode sometimes.
or sometimes you just need to take the advantage. Ain't that right, Rex? Sometimes you need to take the NES advantage. Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about. And one last small thing. I actually want to share a piece of art that I saw. It's actually a Street Fighter illustration, and I got a kick out of it. So let me share. First, should we share the image first? Rex says, "Now you're playing with power."
Power to the players.
No, that's no more GameStop.
My game stonks.
Ghetto says, "Fun fact: that episode of King of Hill has a Naruto poster in the background." You're BSing me. No, you're BSing me. No, I don't believe you, Ghetto. I don't believe you.
I believe him.
No, don't believe him.
Believe it.
Dr. Bayo. Rex says, "Hold the stonks. Hold the stonks. Hold it till the sun grows cold." Alright, so here's the illustration I was showing the screen. I'll send it to you over the sources, Jack. So it's actually a nice piece of, like I said, Street Fighter, but a school theme. And then now your turn, Jack. So you can have the image to yourself. Thank you very much. Here it is. Like I said, I think it's actually a piece of promotional art. So please, so it's not. It is official Capcom art.
Super School Fighter 2 Third Strike Alpha Championship.
Wrong. It's Super School Fighter 2 X. Get it right. Ghetto says, "Shame on you for not believing the Ebony Sage. You have lied to me before, Ghetto. I should not fall for it again until I see it for myself."
Then look for it.
Not right now.
No, look for it right now.
No, I'm not gonna look for a Naruto poster right now in the stream in the which I know which King of the Hill episode he's talking about, but I refuse to believe.
Peer pressure him.
No. Peer pressure him. Any case, I want to show this cool piece of art. All right, I just want to show this off. All right, because it's pretty cool. And of course, I like already the first thing the chat sees. Johnny Cage, teacher Chun-Li. I can get behind that idea. Ghetto says, "Sexy school teacher Chun-Li. I don't need much else." But I actually do like the thought of it. Like, aside from, like, you know, the beautifully rendered Chun-Li here. Aside from that, I like, I guess, the little character things to get to each everyone. Like here, implying that, you know, Cammy's a bit of like, she's like one of those tough girls that do those squats. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you ever seen that in some animes or mangas? You have those tough looking girls.
I'm confused for the fact that M. Bison's in the middle of the classroom, and Cammy is a schoolgirl, which means that they're both students.
Yes.
But Bison created Cammy.
Yes.
That doesn't make sense.
It's just a piece of art. Don't think. Why you gotta think that hard? But like said, a little.
He might as well be a headmaster or something.
No, yes. You want Bison to be a headmaster or Chun-Li? The answer's pretty obvious.
No, Chun-Li's a teacher.
No, she's the nurse. She has the nurse's outfit. This is the traditional Japanese nurse attire. I can tell. I've watched anime. Ghetto says the Bison gang are clearly delinquents. Actually, it's pretty obvious, especially with Sagat holding that wooden katana. But I like the Zangief. He has like these swirly glasses. He's actually the big guy. He's posing as the nerd one. if you, I didn't notice it till now, but Hindu peaceful Dalsim is making a practical joke on E Honda over here sleeping in class. And I don't know about you, but if you look at Ken's eyes, you know what he's looking at. You know, follow his eyes. Yeah, you know what he's looking at. Look at that.
Yeah, that belt, it looks nice.
Of course, yeah. He's just appreciating Chun-Li's belt. Of course, that's all he's doing. And Fei Long, I can't tell if he's blushing or if he's just like very. It's just like type. He's very high pressure right now. Also,
He's getting focused for that. He's training his grip. Look at that.
although the way his eyes are pointing, he's looking at Chun-Li's face, so I can still apply. Yes, and Akuma in the background's the janitor, which I find just funny. He's the janitor. Also, if you notice, Ryu is secretly eating his ramen with a book in front of him, English too, but it's upside down. So,
Yep.
oh man, it's a lot of character put in this art, and I love the colors they did for it. It's just something I want to show off. I think it's pretty neat. Rex says it's Fei Long who is hot for teacher. Ever heard that? Ever listen to that song, Jack? Hot for teacher.
No.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna do that. Actually, I'm gonna everyone peer pressure for Jack to listen to Hot for Teacher. All right. It actually,
What genre?
it's in the classic rock. It's a Van Halen song.
Okay.
Yeah, peer pressure. Listen to it. It's for such a silly title, it's like the most like, oh my god, like. However, at least my opinion, very it's a very complex song for something stupid subject.
Yeah, I should listen to Peer Pressure.
No, Van Halen, god dang it. Let's see, read the chat real quick. Johnny Cage says, if a dude looking like Zangief it's even close to a scope, you call the cops. Oh, come on. Zangief's like a big bear. He didn't mean no, he has no problems. Like a big bear.
Yeah, they're all Molly.
Virgo says, must resist checking Street Fighter Dojins. Be strong. Be strong. You can do so after the stream is over. Ghetto says, I like how you can tell Ken and Ryu are the main duo. Johnny Cage says, poor Fei Long has an involuntary erection. That's probably why he's squeezing it so hard. He was like, go down, god dang, go down, go down. Oh, and Jack's gone. Oh no. He'll be back. He always comes back. Always. Ghetto says, bring back Rival Schools for F's sake. Hey, there's a chance, alright? If Akira in Street Fighter V is super successful, I'm not saying I'll bring Rival Schools back, but at the very least, more people will know about Rival Schools. Ain't that right, Jack?
Yep.
Exactly. Virgo says, Jack, go back in time and become my father. Do you accept this responsibility?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
There you go. Jack confirmed Virgo's new father.
I'll just be back. I'll be back. I'm just gonna get some milk.
All right, and to catch it with the chat, Rex says, and I'll try to do my best Ted impression. All right, so don't blame me. But Bill, my most excellent friend, how can we get Eddie Van Halen if we don't have the most triumphant music video? But we need Eddie Van Halen to make the triumphant music video. But only he can do it. But we need him to be in it to be triumphant.
I am closely looking at my task manager to see when
Taskmaster.
Discord's gonna to see when Discord will go kaput.
All
it
right.
always happens around 9ish, 11
during the evening hours. But we'll go ahead. We'll go ahead though, for time's sakes, and go into the last big topic: our expectations and hopes for Godzilla vs. Kong. So, Oh, excuse me. Hope you didn't hear that. So, as is partly apparent, I would say a good chunk of us, most of us here. Hold on. Rex says 9-11. Never forget. Never forget. But a good.
Oh my god!
Unless you
I
do
didn't-
forget.
That's messed up.
But but a good. But But a good chunk of us are excited and hopeful for the uh for the next legendary monster movie coming out this coming week. And while there has been some things been shown to me that look very iffy concerning a a rumored, like so rumored to the point that might as well just confirm it, monster, I still have my hopes up. And as well, and as well, actually, Jack, have you heard what's the runtime for the movie?
No, what is it?
If I am correct, about 90 minutes. It's not a long movie at all.
Well, I better get my money's worth.
Which
$12 is a lot.
that's true, because Jack and we have planned to, as much as we would like to watch it on the day of, depending on my work schedule, it may not be so, and we don't want to rush from the theater to get the show started. So we're most likely to be watching it a week after it actually comes out. We're then able to give our thoughts. But we're very hopeful. Just that I won't say at the least, but we really hope that this is a very entertaining movie. And also, I stand corrected. So it's not 90 minutes. It's like slightly below 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
So not as short as I thought it was gonna be, but definitely it's not. At least it's not 4 hours.
Oh, that was killer though. I don't want to think about it again.
Well, good thing too, because after this stream's over, probably we'll forget about it. Now, now here's what I will have to see if we can make time though, so I could see the previous two Godzilla movies and actually take out Kong Skull Island, because I actually have not seen Kong Skull Island, and I actually want to check those out for myself, draw my own conclusions. I hear, like, first I heard everyone else talk about those movies. They're kind of all over the place. Some people like it, some people don't, and so forth. So I was like, you know what? I just gotta watch it for myself, see if I enjoy it. I do know for the first Godzilla movie that Legendary Pictures made back in 2014, that I did enjoy on initial viewing. However, it really doesn't hold up to on repeated watches, because it's like they tease you so bad about the monster fights. They tease you so bad. There's like, I just want to see it. And a lot of people say that, the character that Bryan Cranston played was the only one noteworthy, and while I'll say he's definitely the most probably memorable actor in the movie, I still think everyone did a fair job what they were supposed to do with Ken Watanabe's character, and with the main character that we follow, the son of the scientist. Although I forget his name, I will admit he is kind of generic, but for the role he was supposed to have in the movie, he did his job. That's the main point. Is that it? Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing in your book, that's up to you, but he did his job. It wasn't like he was insufferable or that he dragged the movie down. At least for me. So, and I do not remember much of King of the Monsters. I definitely got to rewatch that one. So, one thing I am hoping for Godzilla vs. Kong is that as obviously when we've seen the trailers, it looks like the action's going to be over the top. Which, you know what? I'm all for it. I'm all for just having fun with the movie. Is that so wrong, Jack? Because I was so wrong just to have fun with their monster movie.
I want it to be just like that one video I sent on Twitter.
Wait, which one was it? Trying to remember.
Pretty much like a a monkey, like an eighth doll and a puppet of Godzilla.
Oh.
That's exactly how I want the movie to be.
Exactly.
Just 2 hours or less than 2 hours of that.
And you know what? And if they can provide a bit more than that, then awesome. Because Godzilla movies as a whole, I can't say about King Kong. Unfortunately, I have not seen a lot of the King Kong movies. Not even the original, which I should. How dare I? But for
You're the movie guy. How dare you?
I thought I was the comic guy.
You're both the movie and the comic guy.
You know, it's true. I mean, that's true. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, you're true. It's right. I'm not gonna disagree with that. But as far as the Godzilla films, like I said, I haven't seen every Godzilla movie under the sun, but they're all over the place of how well the human characters are integrated into the story. Because if the human characters are not interesting, then just it could become quite a slog to get through the movies where like you just want to see the monsters fight. One Godzilla movie I think that's pretty guilty of this was one of the older ones. It was Destroy All Monsters. And that movie, you know, that movie is only known for like the last half hour where, I kid you not, a whole bunch of monsters, including Godzilla, his son, Anguirus, I believe Rodan, Mothra, and a whole bunch of monsters I don't remember. All of them they just do a beatdown on King Ghidorah. Like 1 against 6. And all of them, just like Godzilla stomping on his neck, Godzilla Jr. uses little smoke rings to choke out King Ghidorah. That was an unfair fight. But regardless, it was fun. But for the first like 6 hour 10 minutes of the movie, we had to go through the human characters that unfortunately just weren't that interesting. And even though even though they had to stop the aliens and taking control of the monsters, it just didn't play out with too much tension. And I did see it in the original Japanese. I didn't see a dub. I wasn't watching it with like the bad dub acting. So I was watching it properly, reading the subtitles and everything. I just not could get into it. And at certain points, I found myself falling asleep at a few times. Which is a shame. Which is a shame because I think that movie should have been much better than what it is. But on the other hand, sometimes the Godzilla movies are really great human characters, like the very original movie that I saw recently with my little brother, and I very much got into the stories of terrible Japanese names. So I'm gonna just stick to the characters. The main scientist who had the technology to kill Godzilla, but he was very afraid to use it. The story of the main of one like I think it was like the minister he was like a head scientist he was like a head scientist, and he really and you really buy into the fact that he did not want to kill Godzilla, not because he's afraid of what will happen, but it was like we have this amazing discovery and all everyone want to do is want to kill it, but at the same time, look what Godzilla's done to Tokyo. He has to. You see him trying to grapple with the fact that as a scientist, he wants to study the creature. He wants to see what humanity can learn from it. But all around him, people want to destroy it because it is actually causing destruction and chaos all throughout Japan, and which is I'll say that's a pretty fair argument. And so you have his whole story on. There's also 2 more characters that had like a little subplot, which not the best thing in the movie, but it helped add in a bit more, smaller story stakes that do tie in to the main overplot. So hopefully, with Godzilla vs. Kong, they do find a creative ways to have the human characters be just as interesting as the monster characters. so that we're not just sitting in the movie theater just waiting for the next monster fight. And as well, hopefully with the fights they do have, um, hopefully they do pace them out and there's a good number of them, and each of them are unique in its own right. So that's really all I'm hoping for, that they deliver on the spectacle of it, of Godzilla vs. King Kong, the rematch of the century, and that they put it just as much amount of time to really make you care for the human characters, so that you want to see them as much as you want to see the monsters. So those are my hopes and expectations. Jack?
I'm a simple man. I just want monster fights.
There's nothing wrong with that.
That's pretty much it.
Nothing wrong with that. Which means you gotta watch a lot more Godzilla movies, because some movies are just that. Some of them really are just that.
I should, but
admittedly though, I know, but unfortunately, they're not the easiest thing to find. So, unless you want to go sell the high seas, they're not very convenient to have. I think the only recent kind of like release of those movies is only in Japan, where it's the Blu-rays of each of the main Godzilla movies, all in a nice, beautiful red case, but it's only in Japan. So I was like, God dang it! Over in America, they did these weird things where they put 2 movies per Blu-ray. So you have like a mixed match of different Godzilla movies that may or may not either be related to each other. So it's all over the place of trying to collect these, at least 4 on Blu-ray. So, let me read the chat real quick. Johnny K says the monkey has an axe. What else do you need? Smack with his Smaxo responds, atomic breath, F yo axe.
Now, are you in Team Godzilla or Team...
Oh, God, Godzilla all the way, man. Godzilla, man. Gogeta. Now, if they make Kong a really good underdog, then I might switch sides. But right now, I'm Team Godzilla. I'm the team jerk who just wants to be the best because he wants to be the best, or just people leave him alone, or simply fights other monsters because they just piss him off.
Yeah.
Ghetto says, I want Kong to have lightning powers. Oh, I will see how crazy they get. Cause we're already kind of stepping really above with giving Kong a weapon and these weird electric Raiden powers out of nowhere. So we'll see how far they go. Johnny K says Thor Kong, that would sell. You know what?
You know what it's called?
What?
Thong.
Oh God. Worst part is that's probably that's probably the best way to do that.
Thong.
Thong. God dang it. I am Thong, ape of thunder.
I am Thong.
God dang it. Ghetto says, I gotta support Kong. He's ripping my hometown, Skull Island. I didn't know Skull Island was Grenada. Oh man, what? Let's see how far we been going live. And let me check the time real quick.
I mean, about 2 hours.
About 2 hours? Oh, hour 43 minutes. Oh, that's a good time. Ghetto says, not to mention Redacted being in the movies. See, my thing was Kamen Rider Conger.
Hunger.
Oh man. In any case, we're all excited. Hopefully it lives up to our expectations. I mean, it would suck if it couldn't even live up to Jack's expectations. That would really suck.
I mean, hey, I sometimes have high expectations.
Yeah,
like I have high boundaries whenever I want them, on certain things.
Yes, especially in Could think of something. Could think of something quickly. So abort the joke. I need an abort joke button. That's what I need. Unfortunately, I think I might abuse that button way too much. So many failed jokes I've made in my life. Not just as far as this channel is concerned, just in my entire life. My entire life is nothing but aborted jokes. But I think... Oh. And there we go. So while we wait we will for Jack, but we're gonna go ahead and start closing things off in the show. And we're gonna wait for Jack till we do a proper closer. Hope everyone has had fun. It was kind of weird. We did some weird technical problems at the beginning, but seems to be the only issue aside from Jack's Discord, which just always acts up at the dead of night.
I don't know why.
We're not even that late yet. Usually around 11 it starts to get out like that, but it's an hour early this time.
It's probably daylight saving.
Oh yeah, it's probably. Wait, but that makes us go an hour ahead. So does that mean your problem's going an hour behind?
I don't know. It's seeing the future.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and start closing up. So Jack, anything you have to announce?
I mean, not right now. I'm still working, but it was funny because very small comment about it. He wants me to stay at the job for more time because even though I gave them a whole month, they still haven't found anyone.
Oh wow!
And I'm like, nah. Like, nah. I'm sorry, nah.
And they can't guilt me to staying.
Yeah, I gave them a month.
I wish I had that sort of uncompromise when I wanted to leave my final year of band in my senior year. But I was kind of guilted to finish it off because I finished the marching season and I was like, all right, I'm good for next semester. I'm gonna leave band and on a high note. I did my 4 years of marching. But then band teacher's like, no, stay. You're literally one of the better players in this class. I'm like, and then added my dad, who, it's good advice, but sometimes you don't want to finish things what you started. I'm like, come on. I was like, fine, all right, you got a fair advice, fair life lesson. So I finished off band, and I was like, all right. And by the time that's finished, oh look, it's the end of the year already. Rex says, well, first off, he says, in regards to Discord, just use the website like I do. Why install garbage software? He also says, if the job is bad for your health, there's no point in staying. Which is true. Luckily, Jack is going to be leaving the hotel job, and actually next week should be your last week.
Yep.
Yeah.
So speaking of which, do you want a hotel job? Because they're gonna give if you they even did a whole incentive thing. Like if you refer someone, they give you $125, and they give them $125 after 90 days of working there.
Oh yeah, that's how it works. Yeah. No, thank you. I appreciate it though, especially in this economy. As far as my stuff, so I have begun doing all the initial work for my next comic review. So I'm already reading through that. So far, very strange, very weird. I'll see where it goes. Aside from that, video wise, I will need to make effort going back to Hack Cross because I'm almost done with Ghost in the Shell, and I'm sure at least a good number would like to see me kind of review and hear my first impressions of other anime. So other than that, stream wise, of course my next stream will be the chill stream on Saturday, which will be happening. So Saturday I will be doing the chill stream, and on Sunday, I did announce on a Discord, but as some of you might be aware, there was no Metal Sunday this past because Kevin was ill this past week. So, hopefully he should be better by this coming Sunday, and we can finally have our proper Metal Sunday stream on the full solo career of Ozzy Osbourne. I've already and so that will be coming up stream on Saturday night and Sunday. So that's what you got coming up for the rest of this week. So until then, guys, hope to see you again in the next episode of the HAC JAC Show. And this is HAC and Jack sign off.